Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers will face a conundrum this summer, deciding whether or not to sign impressive loanee Adam Ida. Arriving from Norwich City during the January transfer window with no option to buy, the Republic of Ireland international shone at Parkhead. With 7 goals and 2 assists in 14 matches, according to data from Transfermarkt, Ida has stood out in the team. His contribution was remarkable, leaving Rodgers with a difficult decision ahead of him. Last month, Ida shared his experience of his recent burst of form at Celtic, highlighting his positive relationship with Rodgers. He stated, "It's probably the most confident I've ever been. People can probably tell when I'm on the field and in the spot. It's probably the best I've played, and you can tell by the goals. There's a lot of things Rodgers does with me and the other attacking players in training you can see that I brought to my game. He helped me enormously." Reports yesterday suggested that Celtic will need to fork out a minimum of £5 million to secure a permanent deal for the 23-year-old, with Norwich City expecting a decent fee for his services. Previously, Rodgers admitted that any decision on Ida's future will be made at the end of the season. However, for the price in question, the Hoops would have the chance to acquire a senior international with pace, power, and resale value at Parkhead. However, before any agreement is reached, there may be several negotiations between all parties involved, so we will have to wait and see how things play out. On the Go Radio Football show, the Welshman urged the Hoops to complete what he considers to be a very good deal this summer, calling for the Irish player to be signed permanently. Meanwhile, Hartson has expressed his willingness to pay around £4 million for his services. He explained, "I like him. When he arrived at the club, few people really knew him. I think when they saw him, they thought he hadn't really stood out at Norwich. On and off the field, expectations were higher. A more renowned center forward was expected, but he stood out. I think he's getting over himself. He scored 7 goals during his loan spell.